guys, so it's time for another update. This one is mainly going to be a shrimp update. I have got the fire reds, the yellows, and the fire reds, yellows, and select oranges. I was about to say golden backs for some reason, but I don't have those yet. I've got all three of those shrimp in their permanent 10-gallon tanks, at least until I have hundreds of them in those tanks and I decide to start up new ones. And then I actually also got a another shrimp from Lucas. It's not the Black Rose and it's not the Blue Dream. It is the Snowball. So we'll go ahead and we'll take a look at those. And what else can I fit into this update? I want to share some worm cultures that I've been playing around with. One that is very easy to maintain, and I think not only is it easy to maintain, it's very productive, and I think that's something we would all like to have. Something that's alive and great for our fish. Baby brine shrimp are awesome, but not all fish can eat a baby brine shrimp, and I mean, it almost seems like ineffective to eat a meal of baby brine shrimp for fish when it's just so small. It'd be like asking you to eat like a meal of rice, but you have to eat the rice one grain at a time. It just gets very old very quick. So I think it's a great little culture to have, and basically they're available for anyone to order. What else? We're gonna go over the 125 behind me. I'm adding some plants in there. I have a CO2 regulator on the way. And if I have time, I'll squeeze in a quick update of my dragon and how he's doing. And maybe even ask you guys to help me come up with some names, because I think it's about time to go ahead and name him. So anyways, I think there's one more thing actually. I'm going to ask for some help from you guys. Have an idea, and it is to help one of our fellow hobbyists, and he is absolutely one of our fellow hobbyists. He has helped me a lot, and he's probably helped a lot of you as well. If he hasn't helped you, I'm sure he's going to help you one of these days. You just haven't met him yet. So anyways, if you don't mind sticking around and hearing me out, I would greatly appreciate it, and I'm sure he would as well. So anyways, let's go ahead. Let's get to the update. Alright, as you can see, the killifish are ready to be fed. Looks like I have a lot of them found their way to one of my worm cultures. But here's one of my worm cultures. This is from Greg Sage at Select Aquatics. I forgot to feed it today. Otherwise, I'd probably have a few more up at the top. I actually have two in here, so I kind of need to go ahead and feed the other one. The other one is looking pretty good too. Actually, probably doesn't need to be fed. The other one has food. But it's still being started. But, anyways, go ahead and pull a few of these guys out. Been better if I fed it. I'd have been able to get some more. So that's kind of one there. And basically drop them in. And I swear these killies aren't. Oh, right there. This is the dry chicken food that Greg Sage ships you with his cultures. And he ships it in like a little Tupperware container, and he ships it heated if necessary. I mean, mine arrived in great condition, very wet. I might be too wet in here, but then again, I mean, they're all at the top, which he says is a good sign. I do know I need to kind of get in here and feed. And this is about, see, I did actually overfeed this guy towards the beginning. You really just, I think you really just want to sprinkle, like just kind of dust the chicken food on there, and that's probably enough right there. Possibly even too much. In certain areas, see where it's like thick right there? I think that's too much. But when it's just like a good fine dust across the top, I think that's perfect. that seems to disappear and get eaten pretty quick. When I leave like an accidental lump or too thick of a piece in there, it seems like that stays for a while. And that's what's gonna go bad, go rancid, and they're basically not gonna eat. Basically, I'll just put this back up, and I just put this in a drawer in the fish room, and it does its thing, and it does it well. Alright, so we can do a quick little, I guess, update on some of the shrimp. So I got these actually from Lucas. These came in a few days ago, and these are his snowballs. I got 12 plus, and definitely got some extras in there. I don't know if one had babies in there. I don't think that's the case, because I had like, I don't know, anywhere between, I want to say 4 to I don't even know how many little tiny babies, and I'm so tiny, all I could see were like eyes, and truly all I could see was movement, and I was like, oh, that black little speckle of nothing moved, that's a shrimp. So I got like 4 or 5 of those at least, and if they were attached to moss, when I pulled the moss out and put it in here, then I got moss, or I got more as well. But I put those, went ahead and put them in here. All my shrimp tanks are now cycled. They're good to go. They're doing fine. I've got my rabbits back in here. I have my adult yellow and then my juvenile yellow. Also have some miscellaneous snails in here. That looks to be a little baby pond right there. But they're all doing fine. I am very, very happy with my order from Lucas. Yeah, everything I get from him is, it truly is just, it's above and beyond what you would expect from a seller. In my experience, it really is. It's what you paid for, and there are no little worries or concerns or problems that I've experienced. And I think part of that is you know, what you get when you buy from, you know, I do consider Lucas a friend now. Sadly, we're just, you know, friends on YouTube, and I can't really go to his fish room like I would love to. I mean, I would love, if I lived within, you know, a 5-hour drive, I would probably, you know, go volunteer to help him with water changes whenever he needed it. But you know, I'm here in Dallas and he's in Indiana, so I can't do that really. But everyone in here is doing fine. I'm very, very happy with these guys. I'll get you some good shots towards the end of this so you can kind of see them a bit better, at least. I mean, there's one there. He's doing whatever he's doing with that plant. They're snowballs, so they're kind of clear ones, and I would definitely suggest that you go ahead and get these. These are on sale on his website for $2.50 now. I mean, no one else has these guys marked down. I'm guessing he's marked them down, possibly because they're not selling. I mean, they're not ghost shrimp, people. These are Neos. They're snowballs. They're still just as beautiful, prolific, amazing, hardy breeders. There's nothing wrong with them. The only thing is they don't have the bright colors. But you got to remember, I don't know, if you want to add shrimp to your fish room and you want something, let's say, more than just a cherry shrimp, I'd start with the snowballs. He's got a great deal on them. And this could be a great way for you to start. You don't have to break the bank. I don't even think for any of his shrimp you have to break the bank with, maybe except for his black roses, and even then, 80 bucks. I mean, for 10 shrimp, which is a minimum. I went ahead and got 12 because they were so cheap. 10's my minimum to start within my 10 gallons, but I was like, you know what? I'll throw a few extras in there, and maybe these will breed a bit faster. I expect to sell more of these because I'm going to sell them. Maybe I'll probably end up selling them for less than most of mine. And if I can breed enough of these, I'll be giving them to certain people that I build tanks for. You know, depending on the person and whether or not they can care for them properly, of course. But yeah, so the planted tank, a little bit of work done to it because I actually had to remove a bunch of plants that I returned to an eBay seller because they were not what they were supposed to be. I actually took some of my substrate off, so I had about 2 inches, if not more, of sand in here, and I have about 1 inch of dirt. What I went ahead and did was took about 1 inch of the sand off, so I'm down to about 1 inch. I have less in some areas and more in other areas, but it's good enough. What I'm going to be doing with this is just plant grow out, and you can kind of see my lights are very simple. It's a simple setup. These are a like 4,000 lumen 5K LED. I mean, they're lighting this tank up better than any other tank I have. And then I'm also adding to that with a 65K 100 watt equivalent compact fluorescent. Now, I may add more of these. I may change this up. Right now, it seems to be fine. Now, this tank isn't completely cycled, so we'll have to see if I get algae problems or not. It'll just be one of those things that I've gotta work through. I do have a CO2 regulator on the way, and when it gets here, I'll be getting a tank for it, the biggest tank I can, really, for the money. I may just get like a small, like, I don't know, 1 pound backup tank, and then kind of save up my money and work on figuring out how to get a regulator to basically power most of my tanks that I want, or all of my tanks that I want CO2 on, and then save up for a tank that can basically last me at least 3 months to 6 months before needing to refill it. But yeah, so a lot of crypts in here, crypts being my favorite plant. Heterophilia, limnophilia, or something. Limnophilia, heterophilia, I believe. Some Hygrophilia, augustifolia that didn't get packed in the eBay package that I sent back. Scarlet Temple, more crypt, Anubias on a rock. This is actually Lucas's Hygrophilia augustifolia. You notice those 6-inch leaves. Some crick back there, and then a Klein bar sword. And then, so I recently got an order from Lucas, and in that order, I may go ahead and try and clip in the unboxing into this video. It's just, things will get very, very long when I do this. I need to get videos out, and I've been overrun with not only ideas, but work that I've had to do. So, I actually purchased 3 crypts from Lucas, and that being one of them. That's what you would expect from Lucas. I think another one was there, and then there's a bunch of babies. Lucas gave me a mother plant, and that's really why I'm kind of ranting right now about why we should all be supporting hobbyists as sellers, and not even just the hobbyists, but YouTube sellers being number one. Buy from someone you know, and that's what is likely to happen. Now, I'm not saying this is Lucas is going to give you a giant crypt if you spend $9 with him and get crypts. I spent about $50, I think it was $48 before shipping this time, and prior to that I actually spent like another $200 on shrimp from him, and I kind of do intend to buy more, so don't expect this. But I do want to point out that this is the difference you get from buying with a hobbyist and from someone you know. Now, I've seen Lucas do this to other people before, where he just gives them stuff out of the kindness of his heart. He did it with Kayla on her birthday package. She got a couple, I think she got like a Hygrophilia compacta, which Lucas was sold out of. Otherwise, I would have bought a few. But I think he gave her a few plants as well, and that's just you're never gonna get that from Amazon or eBay, of course. You're never gonna get that from even a company. You're never gonna go to, what is it, Dr. Foster's or Ken's Fish, and they're never gonna give you something extra for your birthday. Some places do have birthday deals where you go register your birthday, and then on your birthday you get something. But I just feel that's it's very different when someone knows it's your birthday. You didn't even tell them. They didn't have to figure it out, but they heard it, and they're like, well, you know what? I'm just gonna throw in something extra. That's one of the. It's a huge pro to buying from your friends, and I do consider Lucas a friend. I don't see how you couldn't consider someone who gives you a giant plant like that your friend. And it actually, it does mean a lot for me to get that right now. I've been going through so much drama and stress in my fish room, fighting the Camellinus worm, losing a few fish, just having problems. And to get that, it was, you know, I was unboxing my shrimp, and I was like, okay, more shrimp, cool. I'm happy, but I'm still stressed because the chaos that's unraveling in my fish room right now. And to get that it was heartwarming. It gave me that little spark of relief to know that there is someone out there who is kind enough to just be kind for the sake of kindness, not even being asked to, not even needing to, having no need to. I would have been just as happy to get everything I've gotten from Lucas without that, and it's just really, really nice. Crypts are one of my favorite plants, and to get one as beautiful as that, it's a mother plant, bullating, I mean, yeah. It means a lot to me, and I'm very happy and thankful that I got it from him. So, I do want to go ahead and add something to this. Alright, so basically, what I want to add to that is, if you've been watching Lucas for a while, or LR Brett's Aquatics, you'll have known or come to know that his videos aren't always on time. He has, from what I've come to kind of understand, has a lot of technical difficulties since one of his last update videos, where he kind of shows you how long it takes him to upload and just do anything on his computer. This is also kind of why he's always late for his live streams, and it's basically because he's fighting technology, and that is just, I mean, not only is it an uphill battle, but it's kind of just a battle that you're never gonna win. When you have an out-of-date piece of technology, it requires more, more data space than you're receiving, and it's just not uploading things right because it's just old, out of date, or not working properly. And really the only way to go about fixing the problem is to kind of start over with something new. And basically what I'm suggesting that we do here is we come together. I've got a GoFundMe started now. I'll put all the information up right here, right now for you guys. I'll have some links up after this. Check the description as well. I don't know what I'm going to be able to do and not to do. My tech skills are still limited, so luckily I do have good friends like Jim from Sashimi Whiskey, or Sashimi Whiskey as some of you know him, who's been very helpful in helping me do this as well. But I've started up a GoFundMe for Lucas, and the goal is for $1,500. Now that actually may be a bit low for what I believe Lucas probably needs to actually stay, stay at the same pace as everyone else in the YouTube social media platform, kind of competing race to, keep yourself present with everyone else. He's on an older computer. I think Lucas has a decent phone, so he's maybe good there. But I've set the goal for $1,500. Now I probably could have set it a little bit higher and really shot for that, that MacBook Pro. And that's really probably what, we should really try and get Lucas. I don't know how many of you are going to see this, how many of you are going to share this with other people, put it on Facebook. I'm going to be putting it on Facebook. I'm waiting so I get this video out. I have the GoFundMe out and running right now. I haven't told anybody, so it's just kind of there. But it's up right now. It's for Lucas, and it's to raise $1,500 so we can help fund getting him a decent PC where he doesn't have problems streaming with us. That's up to date, most likely. An i7 7th gen processor with tons of RAM. 12 plus gigabytes of RAM, a terabyte of hard drive, so he can store all the ridiculously amazing pictures of his fish and his shrimp and his fish room and his family and all that good stuff too. Doesn't need to just be for our gain. Of course, it's for his gain as well. And I think, what we get out of that is a good bit. We get to keep Lucas here. We get to give him a lot more of his time back, so where he's not spending 2 hours each time he's trying to live stream with us, not even, accounting for the time he actually is